I arrived a few minutes before Lisette, my wife, with whom I had lived for 5 years. That only took a few minutes to wait for the reservation gadget to buzz in my hand. There were plenty of tables available, but I think they were understaffed. Lisette texted that she had some more spreadsheets to finish, but she was on her way. We met at a fraternity party and got married shortly after graduation. We both survived the problems of the pandemic, although I had my hours cut. My plans to have children were put on hold until this madness was over. After placing my drink order, I perused the menu. Why? I don't know, since I always ordered the same thing. As I sat there, I heard a man's voice, Spencer, although the couple seated in the next booth seemed familiar. I didn't immediately get my bearings and felt uncomfortable extending my hand for a handshake, but he obviously understood my predicament. James Borden and my wife, Sharon Borden and Waters, of course. Apologies. Said out of context, I just couldn't remember you, and I shook his hand and also gently shook the woman's hand. It's not a problem. I doubt we've met more than a few times. Are you here alone? Oops, temporarily. I'm waiting for Lisette. She just texted that she has some more spreadsheets to finish, but she's on her way. You're keeping her pretty busy. Well, if you have a romantic date, we can adjourn, as I'm sure sitting next to the owner of the company she works for might disrupt the romance. No, please stay. That was my turn to cook tonight, and I didn't have time, so on nights like this, we eat dinner out of the house. It's my wife and I can cross over if you're having a romantic evening. Sharon sat down at the table. I don't think so. They're very few and far between and don't happen very often, do they, dear? Oh, it was James's turn to grin as he calmly replied, "This is neither the time nor the place, darling." Here's Lisette. Lisette looked shocked. Meister Borden, are you here? My wife and I are dining here. I might ask you the same question. Well, having dinner. That's with my husband Spencer. Do you remember the Bordens? James and Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Excuse my manners. I confirmed. Yes, we're communicating. Lisette's face and eyes contorted in a way I had never seen before. James became curious. So you've been spending time working with spreadsheets?
Spencer said it as if she was working overtime.
Now I looked at Lisette curiously. She clicked her heels like she was trying to get back to Kansas. Lisette began to sweat and turned a little pink. Well, that was an outright lie since I was actually shopping. Lisette slid into her stall and sat across from me.
Sharon reached in her bag and pulled out a folder, which she handed to James, So
James slid the folder toward me. He stared at Lisette.
Was that another one of those? What did you call it? Pure lies.
He continued, it was more like you were spreading your legs for Cody Williams, wasn't it, Lisette?
My mind turned into a mishmash of panic, rage, shock, and confusion. I couldn't help myself. What on earth have you been up to?
When Lisette tried to get up, Sharon put a hand on her shoulder, holding her in her seat.
James took a very business-like tone.
Cody works as a designer. Heck, your wife is already unemployed. Apologize, Spencer, for dumping this on you. The pile in your hands is a private investigator's report, including photos taken an hour ago. Sharon and I learned from him that this is where you were planning to meet for dinner tonight. Lisette, I am very disappointed in this, as I had high hopes for you. However, I can't risk the success of my company over people who can't be trusted. Shall we order something, Sharon? Spencer, I'll pay for your dinner if you want to eat. I turned to James. Thanks, but I think I've lost my appetite. I felt nauseous. Lisette's face contorted even more as she fought back tears. She spoke in a shaky voice. I'm sorry, Spencer. I was stupid, an absolute idiot.
Spencer, can we go home now?
Lisette, I think I'll stay at the motel tonight and review this report. If it's as bad as it looks, I'm moving out.